Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Hare Krishna, welcome to the Sri UPADESAMRTA class, and today we cover the third sloka, which is actually titled as 6 activities beneficial for devotion. So, previously we covered 2 slokas. So, sloka number 1 was Vacho Vegam. So, this is about sense control. Vacho Vegam Manasa Krodha Vegam Jigva Vegamudaro Pasta Vegam Yetan Veganyo Vishaheta Diraha Sarvamapi Mam Prithvim Sashishyat. So the meaning is a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak about mundane things, and the mind's control the mind's demands, and the actions of anger, the urges of the tongue, and urges of the belly, and urges of the genitals. So he is qualified to make disciples all over the world. And then the sloka number 2 says, Atyahara prayasacha prajalpo niyamagraham janasangasya laulyam cha shadbhir bhakti vinasyati. So bhakti is destroyed by the following 6 kinds of faults or activities: eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required, over-enduring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain, taking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters, and following rules not for the sake of spiritual advancement or not following at all, and associating with worldly minded persons, and being greedy for mundane achievements. So, now today we'll discuss about the sloka number 3. So, this talks about 6 activities that are beneficial for bhakti. So, it goes like this. Utsāhān niścayād dhairyāt tattat karma pravartanāt sańgatyāgāt sato bhir bhir bhaktih prasidhyati. So here bhakti prasidhyati, that means it is going to help beneficial. So these are the 6 things that are favorable for bhakti. Number 1, being enthusiastic. Of course, this is necessary even in the job, it is necessary. Second, endeavoring with confidence. So we have to have a complete confidence in the spiritual development. And third, being patient and brave to really get the results of our spiritual activities. And fourth is acting according to regulative principles. So we have to follow rules and regulations. And the fifth is abandoning the association of non-devotees. Again coming here. So in the second sloka also, we got the thing there as janasangha. So here again it is coming. Sańgatyāgāt. So then the 6th is following in the footsteps of the Mahajans or the sadhus. So these 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of your devotional service. Alright. Okay. So in this world, from devotional point of view, we see 2-3 kinds of people. One is Kadu, then Vadu, and Sadhu. Kadu means in Sanskrit one who is always in the mood of krodha. They always make unnecessarily problems. They complain about this and that. That's krodha. And also Kadu is a non-believer of God, and he is completely egoistic. So if we take from right side, that is a Kadu. I'm just putting a pictorial view of how, that's to give some idea. And the second is Vadu. Vadu means religious, but is partly spiritual, not completely spiritual. So he is spiritual but lustful and sense enjoyer. Okay, they are in the middle basically. Now the sadhu, which you really see on the left side, is the highest. They don't have any interest, absolutely no interest in material possessions, name, fame, or anything of that sort. Now, the actions of Kadu are harmful to themselves and also to others. Actions of Vadu are pertaining to the interest of oneself. They really do all kinds of pujas. They are very good, no problem at all. But they are in the middle stage. But all the actions of Sadhu are dedicated to Guru, Krishna, and the entire mankind. Sadhus adapt to a very simple living and high thinking. They have unshakable faith in the Shastras, Guru, and Krishna. Whatever comes, they accept, and they will be always satisfied. A Vadu, on the other hand, uh, they are in the middle one. So they are religious but are interested in material possessions, name, and fame. All his actions are dedicated to living happily in this life. Very little time to think about the next life or really going seriously about in the spiritual life. So, they really go to the temples or discourses, but not for the pure devotion, for the selfish gain. They really go and then have some entertainment, some fun or things like that. But they are spiritually inclined though. So he mostly follows high living, buys too many things and comfort, these everything. So that is there. And he also will have doubts on Shastras and mostly living in illusion. I know little bit enlightenment, but not a lot. Mostly in illusion. So whatever the best he gets in life, he will be greedy for wanting more. Okay, they have Vadus. Who is Kadus? So the Kadu, they have no faith in God or creation or anything spiritual. They say that everything is just like that. It happened, a big bang and happens, and then everything comes and something happens, something. It's a nature, say they mother nature. But where the nature comes from? There must be somebody behind. So that they don't have that kind of intelligence to really go out. It is rather because they don't have sukruti. That is why they are not able to understand. All his actions are dedicated to gratifying his senses alone. He is most interested in raising the standard of living. No belief in Shastras as he thinks that they are all man-made. No belief in next life. Previous birth was mostly an animal, actually in this case. Most of the people, because it's the evolution. So jivas really come as an evolution. So in the previous birth, most probably they were actually animals. So, but now, Lord is giving an opportunity. So now Shastras actually call them two-legged animals. Okay, so that is what they really call. But anyway, but the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan are the best sadhus. Their living is a great example for anyone desiring to get topmost bhakti. They were actually born very rich, but I will talk about that, why they were born very rich. But they renounced everything. All the Shastras say, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastre Haya, Labha Matre Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Haya. What does it mean? So here Sarva Shastre Haya, I was touching about the Shastra, I believe in Shastra. So here Sarva Shastre Kaya means when we associate with the sadhus, this kind of sadhus, automatically the thing is because of the mercy, the Shastra, the essence of Shastras will really start coming into the Siddha. So that is why Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastre Kaya. You have all the full Shastra they really give. Okay, but how it comes? Slowly and steadily, and they will actually have the real knowledge, spiritual knowledge. So so what exactly this sloka says? Even a moment of association with the sadhu will give all the perfection. But who can recognize a sadhu? That's the title of this line. Who can recognize a sadhu? We have no eyes to see a sadhu. Only those who have accumulated, watch carefully, sukruti. What is sukruti? Kind of a punya, but it's not like a charity or something. No, this sukruti means something that has been done in favoring some Krishna devotee. Somebody who is actually a very, very, he's a sadhu. So somebody has really done something to the sadhu, you get sukruti. Because the sukruti will bring you. Definitely it will bring, because it will work. It's a medicine. It will work. So only those who have accumulated sukruti will be spontaneously attracted towards the sadhu. And the association and the connection, everything Paramatma gives. Okay, it's really magic, but it works all the time. So the arrangement is done by the Paramatma living in every jiva's heart to go and recognize a sadhu. Not every same sadhu will be walking on the street. Only very few will actually see, wow, he's a sadhu. So it is a responsibility of the Paramatma to connect a sadhu to an aspirant. So Ravidas was just a cobbler. Touching, he's touching and repairing the worn out shoes of others. All kinds of people. And that was his business. He was a sadhu, but nobody knew. Hardly anyone knew. Mirabai was a queen. And in fact, she was actually queen of Dwaraka Krishna also in the spiritual world. She came down. Anyway, so about her birth, there's a lot of mysteries. So that queen took a cobbler as her guru. This indeed is very strange. Also, it does not matter if a sadhu should be like that cobbler either. He can be anywhere. Sri Pundarika Vidyanidhi is an example for this. Last Wednesday was his appearance day on the Vasanta Panchami. So we had a Harikatha yesterday about Vasanta Panchami. This sadhu was none other than Vrishabhanu Maharaj. Who is Vrishabhanu Maharaj? Radharani's father. In the eternal world, eternal spiritual world, that is how they are all there, living there. So, this Vrishabhanu Maharaj came as Pundarika Vidyanidhi with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here to really do the Leela. When Mukunda took Gadadhar, who is Gadadhar? Gadadhar is none other than Radharani's own expansion. So let us say now, look at it, this is a nice thing. Radharani is now meeting Pundarika Vidyanidhi, who is actually Vrishabhanu Maharaj, is her one father. So when Mukunda was actually taking Gadadhar Pandits to this palace of Pundarika Vidyanidhi, and Gadadhar Pandit thought, oh, he's a luxurious man. How can he be a guru for me? It's just impossible. Oh my God, all kinds of luxury he had. No. He had a lot of doubt. And so many things that happened. It's a Chaitanya Charitamrita. But anyway, finally, he understood that he is the very, very elevated soul. Of course, he's not the soul, he's an associate. Right? He is actually associate of Krishna. It's the father of Radharani. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, a sadhu could be like as in the cobbler. Or he could be luxury. So again, Janaka Maharaj is another example. He was an emperor, but he is renounced. That is the word that we are going to be touching here. Now, what brings one to recognize a sadhu? I was just touching that topic. That was the Sukruti. So it is a Sukruti, the accumulated spiritual wealth across so many births. That is what takes one to a sadhu. And this is done by the Chaitya Guru, who is a Paramatma, I mentioned. So the Paramatma gives a connection just because one of your friends call you for a satsanga and you meet a sadhu and your Sukruti immediately make you to be attracted by the sadhu. You run towards the sadhu and your heart beats fast and hungering to talk to that sadhu and hear from the sadhu. Bingo, the connection is made. Then that sadhu keeps on coming in your memory. And even in the dream, and eventually hankering to hear from him. See, this is the mechanism it works. It's like a magnetism. Okay, so the Sukruti plays a very, very important part. And that Sukruti is what we have to accumulate, that is the important one. But anyway, I'm giving all the background right now. So it is because of the Sukruti that a jiva meets a sadhu. It is again described in so many places. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona. Brahmanda Pramite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lada Bija So here Bhagyavan. So what is it Bhagyavan means? Bhagya. So the root word is Bhagya. Bhagya, that word is the word that Bhagavan is referring to is the root word is Bhagya. It is a Sukruti. So that is a Sukruti. Okay. So that Sukruti makes one Bhagyavan. This Bhagyavan is very rare. Very, very rare. We may give give names as Bhakya Lakshmi, Bhakya Mani, Bhakya Selvam, and all kinds of names we may be giving, but they don't understand what exactly the Bhakya really means. Bhakya really means is the fruit of Sukriti. So the Sukriti is now ready to really, that is giving the fruit. That fruit is coming. Okay. So what does the Bhagyam, this Bhagyam do? It makes you to meet a sadhu. That sadhu gives shelter and becomes a guru. And what does he give? He gives bhakti to Krishna. Krishna prasade. Krishna prasade. So mercy from Krishna is flowing through him. It actually says Guru Krishna prasade paya. See? That's what it's saying. So it means mercy from Guru Varga and from Krishna. So how does that mercy look? It looks like a seed, a bija. Bhakti laja bija, right? Bhakti lata bija. That's what the sloka says. So that is so a bija is a seed. Seed for a creeper. So that is lata. What is that creeper? That bhakti lata is the seed which is really going to be nurtured by the Guru, and it will keep on, it will sprout and start growing. And now by hearing Harikatha from that Guru and other Gurus and the sadhu sangha, right? When you do, what happens? You are getting water, you are getting fertilizer, and these are the Harikathas, chanting, doing kirtanam. These are all the water and fertilizer. With all this, that Bhakti Lata, it's a vine. Pierces, it grows and grows and pierces the Brahmandas and goes up and up and up and blossoms in Goloka and gives the most precious fruit called Krishna Prema. That's what you see. We really covered that in the class that we really covered before. So Madhurya Kadamini class that we really covered. So you see that in the right side, yes, finally. So a sadhu comes and sadhu gives instruction, and you really get associated with, and you receive initiation. What happens? That seed comes and that seed grows, and finally this is the path. This is the clear path. But how many of us really are interested? So hearing Harikathas, chanting and doing kirtan, all these are what? Water and fertilizer for the Bhakti Lata to grow and bloom and then give the fruit. But one may ask, how can I get enthusiasm to do all these things? That is the first word we are talking here. Utsāhān. This utsāhān means, actually Tamil it is utsāhān. It's a Sanskrit words. So utsāhān means being enthusiastic in spiritual endeavors. But again, somebody asks, how can I get enthusiasm to all the things? I'm just most of the time, I am taking care of this and that, and then I'm not having that much of interest. So either I don't have time or I don't have interest. What can I do? This is where the problem comes. According to the Shastras, most of the jivas are sleeping. That is why last class I was saying, Jiva Jago. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is calling loudly, Jiva Jago, get up, wake up, don't waste this rare human birth. And now let us say that a fortunate jiva finds a sadhu and has taken his shelter to get the Bhakti Lata Bija and grow in devotion. How can he now increase his devotion? This is what is mentioned in this third sloka, and the very first word is the utsāhān. But this utsāhān, how do we get the strength? That strength comes from Guru only, not from own. Sati Buddhi Dina. That's what even sadhus are saying. Sadhus are saying actually on behalf of Baba, I don't have any Sakti means no strength, or Buddhi, I don't have even intelligence, I am really strong. I have so many only PhDs and so many degrees and so many jobs and then so many high destinations, but I don't have real knowledge what is necessary for this. Then where can I get it? That comes only by the mercy of Guru, and Guru gives strength. Otherwise, we don't have any strength. He is the one, he is going to really poke you. Yes, have you chanted? Have you did this one? Do that, do this one, that one. All kinds of things. He was the one who is actually, giving you strength. And you associate with him for some time, that's it. You get enough strength there. So, utsāhān means being enthusiastic in spiritual endeavors. And by the grace of sadhu, we get so much of interest in hearing about spiritual topics, reading about Bhakti Sastras, hearing about the pastimes of the Lord, hearing about His holy names. These utsāhān is the first thing we see in the soul when stepping into devotional life. Without utsāhān, we are like a sleeping body, as I mentioned, or like a dead body. It is the utsāhān that makes us always wait for the satsanga. Wait, what time it's going to start? And they really start preparing even earlier and waiting for the time. Not like, people find the excuse for attending some party and they don't want to really show up for the club, for the satsanga. That is what is called sleeping. They are basically, they don't have sukriti. That's all it is. Remember, sukriti is the only one that can bring to a sadhu sangha and sadhu and the sangha, right? Otherwise, it is not possible. That's it. You do whatever. You really take a big drum and then, advertise everywhere. No. Only those who are really have the fertilized, fertile land, then these ones will straight away. All right. Now, the second one is niścayād, enduring with faith. Actually, this word literally means faith. Shraddha, that we really covered in the Madhurya Kadambini class. That's a Shraddha. Shraddha means very strong belief in Sri Guru and Shastras. How does it come again? Only by Sukriti only. Otherwise, it won't come. So the Kadus think that all the Shastras are man-made. They do not have Shraddha or faith. So for them, spiritual life is simply impossible. It's not possible for them at all. So now they will say, we are wasting time. And we are saying they are wasting their life. So now what is the Vadus thing? They think that some in the Shastras are true. This is the Vadus. So Vadus say, yes, some may be true, some are, good truth is there and some are, like that. So because they are not swan. Swan is the one who can actually take the water out of milk. Suppose you really mix milk and water, swan is the only one who can actually drink the milk and then leave in the water. It is so that is possible only by the help of Guru, because the Shastras are so much of junk is there too. So now these Vadus think, they want to hear only what they want to hear. That is why they come. Oh, yeah, good. And if one Shastra says that doing, this puja or this puja and that puja is actually good, they will run there. If another Shastra says giving something salt and whatever, you give that, your skin disease will go away, they run there. And they are like dogs running here and there, going to wherever they find something for their self-comfort. Okay, so their core of in the cart is not for devotion. So that comes only by Sukriti. But a devotee under the sadhu strictly following Shastra will have full faith in Guru and Shastras. He knows what are the real Shastras and what are mutilated Shastras. See, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly said, right? Just read Srimad Bhagavatam. Because all the others have been mutilated already. So you just throw out. You don't waste your time analyzing what is true, what is this thing. No. You don't need anything else. If all the Shastras in this world have disappeared, no Shastras. But if you got Srimad Bhagavatam, you haven't lost anything, not even a single thing that you lost. This is what he said. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that. So we have to be careful. So regarding faith, there is something more also. We have to be careful to understand. There are three ways we can see this. Faith in wrong thing, and no faith in the right thing, and faith in the right thing. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, so no faith in the right things are not good, right? Okay, so what is faith in the wrong thing? Suppose somebody gives you a diamond and you believe that it is a original diamond, and you believe. You entire life, you just locked that diamond and waiting for that to be sold later and then make big money and then be rich. But you really try to sell now after so many years, almost this whole life, and then you found you really take it to the goldsmith or the shop. They say, oh no, this is a fake diamond. In this case, he had faith. He had a faith, but he had faith in the wrong thing. But then suppose the other way. Suppose no faith in the right thing. Someone gives you again genuine diamond and you don't believe it. So you throw it out. This is also did not help, right? And faith in the right thing is important. So we should have the faith in the right thing, because otherwise it's of no use. But how will you have faith in the right thing? How will you know it's the right thing? This is the problem. This is what then the sukrutis come into picture. And if you and your mindset, if your mindset is a criminal mindset, you will get a criminal guru only. And if you have the very, very fair, like pure heart, okay, no gimmicks, nothing. He's always frank and clear, like a child. Then Krishna will send a good guru. This is what it is. So that means this faith actually comes accordingly. So either faith in the wrong thing or no faith in the right thing, or now, because if you had a lot of sukruti, then you will go to the sadhu and he will actually tell you this is the right thing. So then you should not doubt. That doubt won't come. And if you have the sukruti and then got a sadhu, that doubt won't come. You will simply accept. You won't really keep on somebody else is saying, oh, something bad about that here, that person or that sadhu. Of course, people will be talking about so many bad things about sadhu. It happened to our 6 Goswamis also. They will always say that. So these doubting persons on truth are ruined. That's what Gita says. Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 40th verse there. Anyacha shraddhatanacha samshayatma vinasyati nayam loko astina paro na sukam samshayatmana. Ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures and the words of the sadhus do not attain God consciousness. They will fall down. They fall down. For the doubting soul, there is no happiness either in this world or in the next. This is the Gita. But how will you know what is the truth? Right? That's exactly I was talking about. For example, we have so many religions and so many scriptures. Which is the right religion and right scripture? We don't know. It is very simple. Again, I am reiterating the same thing. If you are crooked, you won't believe in the right scripture. If you are honest, you will believe in the right scripture. Because most of the people are crooked. They are caught by those with no truth or partial truth. But when one gets the real sadhu, a guru, and with the faith on guru, faith in the scripture will manifest. You will believe. Wow. You will see. When you read Bhagavad Gita, when the sloka, Bhagavan Uvacha, like that, Sarva Dharman, wow, Bhagavan is saying, you see Bhagavan right there. Because it comes because of the faith. And many people, whenever they really see the scriptures where the Bhagavan is actually saying something, tears come. Because they see Bhagavan. They feel Bhagavan. Bhagavan is right there. How that comes? Sukruti and the Guru. So of course, Sukruti gives Guru, and then because of the faith in Guru, then automatically faith in Shastras comes. That is exactly what we are talking about here. So that is why Shraddha means faith in Guru and Shastras. Guru Bhakti on authentic Guru. You cannot just like that. So many Gurus are there. Artha living, this loving, that loving, meditation, transcendental, they're all bogus. They are not going to take to Krishna. They will actually tell you how to live comfortably in this life, and then that's it. That's all they are going to, and then go to Brahman or somewhere. That's what they will always talk about. Brahman is like suicide, spiritual suicide. I talked about that again and again. So Guru Bhakti on authentic Guru leads to faith in the right Shastras. So Shraddha or niścayād can move mountains. That's what Shastras say. How powerful it is. Every religion stresses on the importance of faith. It is said, Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat krupatam aham vande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. A similar sloka is also found in the Paramananda Madhavam. There's another book about. So about the faith on Bhagavan. This one is about the faith in Guru who is sent by Bhagavan. So what does it say? Deva Kadaksham can make a dumb man eloquent and a lame man to climb mountains. Likewise, if we truly believe that Ishvara himself has come to us in the form of Sri Guru, there is no need for us to worship Ishvara even apart from the Guru. This is what he's talking about. Guru Bhakti Guru Bhakti is directly proportional to Krishna Bhakti. This is what Shastra says. So such unshaken faith, such devotion to Guru will take us across the ocean of samsara. In other places, the Shastras also proclaim that Guru Bhakti is again alone going to give Krishna Bhakti. So there are so many Shastras. Anyway, so Guru and Krishna, you cannot really separate them. It's not like a ladder that you are using the Guru. That's what the Mayavadis will say. All the Mayavadis will say, yeah, Guru you say anybody. You take anybody and then it's like a ladder and then you eventually climb up. You just kick the ladder up. No, that's not the way that Krishna Bhakti is working. No, your Guru is really going to be there. Guru is coming to you because you and the Guru connected somehow. So either in this life or next life or something. So the Guru will be always collecting you all. And that is how, then there you go there and Guru will be there. Guru will take you there to Krishna. So you have to be very careful. So now the third one is dhairyāt, being patient and brave. So basically spiritual life is the most blissful, I know, but it's very different. Also that the results may not come immediately. We have to wait with a lot of patience. Krishna is not going to give that, his mercy just like that. He's not just like no. Attaining Krishna is very, very difficult. He is even hiding himself as avatar. So many people are fooled, purposely by his arrangement. Of course, Lord can come within his own expansion, right? See, Vishnu is Bhagavan. So that Vishnu is the expansion of Krishna. He's a Bhagavan. He says he makes the Brahmandas, all the material worlds, and he enters into every atom of every atom he enters. Look at here. He creates and he enters in. This is only Bhagavan can do. So he himself can actually come through his own expansion. Vishnu, there is no problem. For him it's easy. But people are caught. Avatar means something really less significant. He's low now. He is high, this is low. No, not like that. You cannot understand the spiritual dimension, spiritual truth unless you really hear from a sadhu. So here, the third word says dhairyāt, wait and be patient. So another meaning for dhairyāt is brave and commitment also. So in the first sloka, we studied that we have to control all our senses. If we are not brave, sense control, is simply impossible. There are so many examples of dhairyāt, about patience and braveness. Okay, now I will give one example. Probably that may really blow our mind out. When Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna was in Vrindavan, and Akrura came to really get him to Madura. Of course, that's the arrangement. So here Bhagavan was in the prakat. That means he's visible. So now Bhagavan is going to be aprakat. That means Swayam Bhagavan Krishna will vanish, and Madura Krishna, who was brought from Vasudev, he is really going to manifest. Once they really cross the Yamuna. But anyway, now so Akrura comes and then takes Krishna and Balaram on a chariot. And he was just started going, and everybody was weeping around. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, Dad, Gopas, and Adi Gopa, they're all shouting and shouting. But gopis did not stop there saying goodbye. They were just running behind the chariot. And they were crying. They were just going in front of the chariot just to stop. They could not stop. And Akrura was actually just taking the thing, the chariot further, and they had to follow. And now what did they do? They said, we want to kill ourselves. We want to block. Krishna, do not go away. Akrura, you are actually Kurura. You are Kurura. Akrura, you are cruel. No, you are taking our beloved to out of us. And we cannot really tolerate it. And they were crying, and they really got hold of something here or there. And the chariot was actually going and going. And they were also crying and following. Of course, Krishna, until he crosses the Yamuna, he was only Swayam Bhagavan, that Nandanandan Krishna. Only after crossing, he becomes Narayana and becomes Dwaraka Krishna later. But now, Krishna sees this. He told them, oh gopis, I know, you have so much of love for me, I cannot repay. Yesterday we really covered about Gopi Gita in the Harikatha. Yes, don't worry. I will come tomorrow. I am promising that I will come tomorrow. Tomorrow itself I will come. Don't worry. I will go on and finish it and come. All right. After hearing that, then Gopi said, yeah, tomorrow Krishna is going to come here. All right. So then but even after he really told that, they don't want to stop. You're just again following until the moment that Krishna, cannot be. They just do not want to really miss him seeing. So look at the prema that they really have. And now after that, Acaryas galloped the horses, and the gopis could not follow anymore. But they were still running behind. And eventually the gopis fell down one by one after another. They were falling. And then Acaryas was really driving the chariot. What happened to the gopis? What happened? The gopis never returned to their homes. Never. They were waiting for Krishna in the very same place where they fell down and waiting for Krishna to come next day. Krishna did not come next day. But gopis never gave up. Oh, he said next day. Definitely he will come. He so told now, definitely he will come. Next day went. Again he did not come. Another day, he did not come. Another day, did not come. Went on. Weeks passed by. Months passed by. Years passed by. Gopis never gave up. They never returned home. They were living only in the jungle. How long did they wait? More than 100 years. Can you think of that? That we can beat their dhairyāt? The place they were living in the forest, renouncing everything, it's called Uttava. This place is very near to Kadamba. So last time also when we really went, but I don't think that how many people actually understood what exactly Gurudev used to have the mode. Gurudev used to take the mud there, the dust, and then put it on his head and then cry because he is eternally belong to that there. Fourth one, time is running. Fourth one, tattat karma pravartanāt, following bhakti sadhana. So what exactly this is? It means following all the bhakti sadhana. There are 64 limbs of bhakti sadhana. It starts with Guru Padasraya. You see, it starts from Guru Padasraya and ends with serving the deity with faith. So here, start with Guru and then eventually you are actually talking about deities, serving them. This is a very big topic by itself. There are 64 of them. I don't know, probably maybe I can read some of them. I don't know if it's going to be taking too much time. To take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Guru, to accept Diksha from him, to serve him, to be inquisitive, to learn about the true dharma of the living entity, to follow the path by which sadhus have attained Bhagavan, to give up one's own enjoyment but for the sake of love of Krishna, to live in a holy place related to Krishna, to accept things only in quantity sufficient to maintain one's life, and to fast on Ekadasi, to respect the people trees and cows and Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, to avoid offenses to the deity and to the holy name, to give up the company of the nondevotees, to refrain from accepting many disciples, to give up the partial study of sometimes people study all kinds of scriptures here and there, and also here and there talk about giving even commentaries. So that also is not good. And also what should do? To be equipoised in loss or gain, whatever that happens, you just be neutral and to not be overwhelmed by lamentation. So now 17, to respect devas and scriptures, to refrain from hearing gossip, basically in a topic related to sense enjoyment, to refrain from causing anxiety to any living entity through one's body, mind or words, to hear narrations about Bhagavan, we have to do, to chant his names, to remember him, to worship the deity form of the Lord, to recite prayers, and 26 is to serve him with various articles, to accept servitorship, to regard the Lord as one's friend, to absolutely surrender one's very soul, Atma Nivedana, to dance in front of the deity form of the Lord. That's why when you really do the Nama Sankirtan, we dance. To sing to him, and reveal one's mind to him. You just talk to him, you whatever frank, and offer prostrated obeisances to him, to show respect to Bhagavan or a devotee by standing when seeing them coming or by going forward to welcoming them, to follow behind a devotee or Bhagavan for some distance when they depart, to visit holy places, tirthas and temples, to perform parikrama, to recite various hymns, to chant japa and do nama sankirtana, to accept the flower garlands, incense and sandalwood paste offered to Bhagavan, to honor and serve Mahaprasada, to have darshana of Bhagavan's Arati and festivals, to have darshana of the Lord's deity form, to offer Bhagavan those items that are very dear to oneself, to perform meditation on Bhagavan and persons and things related to him, to serve Tulasi and to serve the Vaishnavas, and to reside in the dham such as Madhura, Vrindavan, etc., to relish Srimad Bhagavatam, to perform all one's endeavors for Krishna, to await his mercy, to celebrate the appearance day of Bhagavan with devotees in grand festivals, to surrender in all respects, to observe Kartika Vrata and other Vratas, to wear the signs and markings of a Vaishnava like tilak and everything, to write and wear the holy names on one's body, and to accept the remnant garlands of Bhagavan's devotees, Bhagavan and also our devotees, to honor Charanamrita, to associate with saintly person, that is Satsanga, to perform Nama Sankirtana, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, to reside in Madhura, and to serve the deity with faith. So now the fifth is sańgatyāgāt. The sańgatyāgāt means avoiding materialistic people. So these materialistic people, this is again coming. Okay, there are actually, if we really want to progress, the core of the thing is three things: association, association, and association. First, association, establishing association with pure devotees. When you hear about a pure devotee, don't wait, run to him. Run to him. This is establishing association. Second association, I taught, maintaining the association. That is sadhu sangha. Regularly attending, regularly going and hearing from him. This is association. So establishing and maintaining. Third is avoiding association with worldly people. Because otherwise you really go 2 feet up and then you are coming down 5 feet down. That's the problem. So you can really see this, I told association, creating the association, maintaining the association, and destruction of the worldly people's association, so that you will be strong in spiritual association. Got it? So here, sańgatyāgāt means the third, the third one in three association I was talking about again. Avoiding materialistic people. It also says tyaga. Why is tyaga? Tyaga means sacrifice. You are actually losing something. That means tyaga. Tyaga means, you are actually losing something. Tyagam. In Tamil it's tyagam. That's what same thing, tyaga. So that means, you suppose the parents are actually, they are actually sacrificing their life to take care of their children. That is also tyaga. But in fact, it's not tyaga, it's a duty. Because they were the one who really brought the child. So they have the duty. So it's not exactly a tyaga, it's rather a duty. But tyaga means something that you're losing. So what is that tyaga? Because you are losing these materialistic people who will otherwise ruin you. So actually this same thing in the sloka of last week came as jana sangha, it came, right? So there it said that we should avoid materialistic people. Here also it says the same thing. How to avoid the vadus? Flush the toilet. This is again Gurudev's word. Flush the toilet. That's what he said. Right? And the sixth one is sato vritte. Following the footsteps of sadhus. This is probably the most difficult one. Because, those who are all completely spoiled because of the, especially the desis, as we are. We really came here for comfort. Came here for fame and whatever. So we have done some sukriti in the sense, it's not a sukriti, it's a punya. Sukriti and punyas are different. Punya means we must have probably, done some charity for somebody. Somebody who was suffering, then you have given something so that they are happy, they are blessing. So we get heaven. So this is like living in a heaven in comfort. So desis are actually reaping the benefit of that kind of punya. But it will be difficult to understand this extreme. Of course, this is extreme that as we see. Sato vritte means following the footsteps of sadhus. Sata means sadhu. This sata is not karma yogi or ashtanga yogi or jnana yogi. They are not sadhus. They are not the one which we are talking about. We are talking about the sadhu who have dedicated, his or her entire life only to serve Guru and Krishna. They are the sadhus. And vritte, what is vritte? Vritte means following them. Vritte, following them. So sadhu sangha means associating with the sadhus, and sato vritte means that we should also follow them. Not only associating with them, then eventually we should follow them. Isn't it? Because we are either associating with them, and their qualities will actually radiate through us. It will come. It's like apple, because their qualities will actually automatically, we will get attracted, and then we also tend to follow. Hey, oh yeah, I don't think I should do like this. No. Instead of let me do one thing. Okay, let me read a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what I really heard from the sadhu, and he's reading every day. He's talking every day. All right, so it comes there. So the quality slowly comes in. So now we should start following them. Okay, so that means we should follow them as much we can. We cannot become elevated overnight. It's not possible. But slowly and steady. Even Buddha took so many years to really get his enlightenment. So it will take time. But we have to know. So following the footsteps of sadhus, I'm just giving only a global, because just from the surface one, there are so many aspects that these 6 Goswamis have. Oh my God, you can't believe. You take their life histories, you will be there, they'll be crying. Srila Rupa Goswami, he was a prime minister to the Muslim emperor that time. He had so much of money, so much of wealth and fame, but he left everything. Sri Sanatana Goswami, he was a personal secretary of the same emperor. So much of money, so much gold coins, so much of gold coins, thousands. But he left everything. Srila Jiva Goswami, he was the nephew of Srila Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. When he was young, as a boy, he renounced the family life, and then very young age. Look at here, money, age. Okay, now Patta Raghunath, he was attracted by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So attracted. See, this is by attraction. They renounce everything. So that means, who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who is Krishna? In fact, not only just Krishna, Radharani and Krishna combined. So he got attracted, that's it, ran away. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, born in a very aristocratic priestly family. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, very aristocratic family. Like he was actually the prince. He came to Lord Chaitanya throwing everything. In fact, that aristocratic, they are from Srirangam, in fact. Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And the 6th is Raghunath Das Goswami. Born as a Jamindar, prince. And he was, he was even married. I mean, he avoided every family affairs. He left everything and came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the question is, why were they made to be born in this big, wealthy or aristocratic families? Why? There must be some reason. Nothing happened just like that. Especially these Mahajans, Mahatmas, how can they really be born like that and then renounce it? There is the secret meaning for how they appeared. It is very obvious. Uttama Bhakti requires these kind of renouncements. Uttama Bhakti. Anyway, how many births it will take for us to achieve that stage is up to our level of utsāhān and everything. So that is up to us. Up to us how much dedication we have to Guru. So depending on that, because if we have complete Guru faith and it's like crazy, that's it. This is our last birth. So you see, this is a message coming for us. That's why they were born like that. So now the summary of the class. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. 1. Being enthusiastic. 2nd, enduring with confidence. You have to have faith. And the first one was utsāhān. That so much of enthusiasm you should have. Second one is faith. Faith in Guru and Shastras. Then 3rd, being patient and brave. I told the story of the gopis. How much patience that is, because they all come here to enact this drama. I tell you, this is what it is. By hearing those things, how gopis were actually waiting for so long, what we get? Oh my God, why they really underwent all those things for us? For us, they are giving us a lesson. They don't have to be like that. They are all together there in Golaka Vrindavan. Why they came here and then acted like this? Is for us. And the 4th one is following Bhakti sadhana. Bhakti sadhana, This is basically when a guru, if one has a guru, then the mantra you chant every day and perform the sadhana of chanting fixed rounds and read scriptures. And when by doing the sadhana and associating with sadhus, then what happens? Because associate with sadhu is also part of the sadhana of the 64 rangas of the sadhana. We really saw that. So that's most important actually. And then the fifth is abandoning materialistic people. Remember, in this sloka it is coming again. So that means this is something that very important that we have to be aware. So slowly as we really age, not only as we age, whatever, when we really come matured, the feeling has to come. Hey, I have so many that and this with so many this. Do I need this the Janasangha? Huh? Are we going to go up? Go with all these things. Are they going to be coming with us? Huh? Are they going to be helpful in our spiritual endeavor? Huh? And are they going to be helpful for us to really elevate so that this will be the last birth for us? In fact, it does the opposite, because you will be having so much of bindings with friends and relatives, and because of the binding, the jiva will be born again in the same family, again and again and again, and there is no end to it. Right? So are we then the other one is, are we strong enough to really do all these ourselves? These all the six. Shakti, Buddhi, Hina, I told Narottam Das Thakur, I think. So great sadhu. Because I just talked about 6 Goswamis. There are hundreds. And Bhakti, and one of them is Narottam Das Thakur. He also did the same thing again. In fact, he was very rich family. Again, another Zamindar was born. And in fact, because of his attachment to really chanting and always Krishna, Krishna, Krishna like that, his wife got really worried. He thought, whoa, I think I have to probably find the most beautiful girl in this entire country, in fact, and get him married so that he will be at home. She was so worried. And he did the same thing. She found the most beautiful girl in the entire India and married. And what did he do? Next day itself, he ran away. Now it is getting too late, and then he ran away to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In fact, he ran away to his guru that he accepted, Lokanath Goswami. Last time when we really went to Vrindavan, in fact, right in front of the Samadhi of Narottam Das Thakur, we sang his poems are amazingly good. Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugala Kishora. So he's saying, my only prana, only my soul, everything is for them only, to serve them only, and to give that kind of seva, that kind of mood, that kind of elevation. All these the things that we are talking about, all the good things, everything will actually come only by the influence of Guru only. So this is a reason to take shelter under Guru. And our Gurudev is the topmost pinnacle. He came to give something so unique that others cannot give, cannot even talk. Others will be talking about how to live, this yoga, that yoga, how to live so comfortably here and everything. Even they are talking about, what is the soul, what is the Paramatma, what is this and Jivatma. All kinds of philosophies they may talk. But nobody is going to give this kind of Uttama Bhakti. Uttama Bhakti is Prema Bhakti. That Prema Bhakti will come only when we follow all these things that I am talking about in this UPADESAMRTA class. So we have covered only 4 and we have another 7 to go. So looks like I think the time is now coming to end. Okay, so now we will stop here. Next week is going to be verse number 4. And this is again, okay, this verse is really going to talk about how you have the maintain. Remember I was talking about association. So this is the one which really talks about how we have to deal with other devotees, high class devotees. So this is actually also another, probably maybe I may take probably 2 slokas maybe, I don't know. Again, depending on his will, Bhagavan's will and Gurudev's will. So hopefully we will have another class, and with that I will, okay, any questions by the way? Any questions please? Okay. Also, if you have any question, please. I am going to probably send a note saying you just simply go there anonymously. You can enter your question in our website. So it's offline. You don't have to even text me or something. Nothing. You whatever the question that comes, Gurudev will definitely answer. There is not even a single question that cannot be answered. This is the beauty of our Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. One question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
One doubt. What is mean of sadhu and guru? Sadhu mean and guru.
Okay, good. Yeah, very good question. A sadhu need not be a guru. A sadhu, basically, if you really see that, there are 3 levels of these bhaktas. You have kanishta adhikari, you have madhyama adhikari, and you have uttama adhikari. Kanishta adhikari is the one who has just accepted, some initiation, and he is really getting into the spiritual path. So he will have deities and everything, all the worship, everything. So it's more focus is on actually deity worship eventually and chanting everything. Madhyama adhikari is little high. He will know all the sastras. He can correlate. He can really bring everything depending on whatever the question that he will bring the sastras and then explain in such a way that he will answer the questions. And he's also developed. Madhyama adhikari is actually the higher stage. Now, the 3rd stage is uttama adhikari. So the uttama adhikari is very high. He normally cannot preach. He is a perfect sadhu. If you see that all our Goswamis, they never really took that many disciples. So one of the lakshana of the uttama adhikari is because they think that everyone else other than him are the pure bhaktas. Okay, this is the mood of uttama adhikari. So then how can the uttama adhikari preach to anyone? So like Srila Prabhupada and also Srila, our Gurudev, there are uttama adhikaris. But then why they came to preach? Because they came down as madhyama adhikaris. Only madhyama adhikari can preach. So now the question is, who is a sadhu, who is a guru? A perfect guru, if he get a uttama adhikari, that he can be a guru, okay, definitely. But he will not accept a disciple. Probably 1 or 2. Lokanath Das Goswami was approached by Narottam Das Thakur, and Lokanath Goswami said, no, I have no way of, no, I don't have qualification to become a guru. No, because he was a uttama adhikari in that stage. So he said no. Then he was crying and crying. Narottam Das Thakur was crying and crying. And even what did he do? And this Lokanath Goswami used to go for his morning duty right there, and he wanted to do some seva without even his the Lokanath Das Goswami knowing. So he used to go in the night and clean the place where he went for the toilet. So clean the place and everything, and it was going on. And Lokanath Goswami wondered, what is going on? Somebody is cleaning this, all the things. Who is that? One day he purposely came and he was actually hiding behind a tree. And then he saw Narottam. Narottam, what are you doing there? I told you I cannot give you initiation. No, I don't have a qualification. Why are you coming again? Then he was saying, I am going to really just kill myself. But no, even then Lokanath said, no, I am not going to give you. So these went on, and then finally he said, yes, I will have only one devotee, one disciple, that's you. He gave. Because they are the high sadhus. Our Goswamis are all like that. They never claimed that, okay, before I leave, I need to make 200,000 disciples for me. No, that's wrong. In fact, if you see that the lakshana is, you should have as minimum disciples that because only serious and really genuinely they are interested, you have to really help them. But they can be helped only by madhyama adhikari, not uttama adhikari. He can be a guru. So, in a nutshell, yes, uttama adhikari can be a guru. Absolutely, that's the highest guru. Gurudev is that. Okay, right? Gurudev got came down as a madhyama adhikari to really talk to us. So once in a while he will vanish. He will just like that vanish. And then be locking himself in the Vrindavan somewhere in the forest and meditating on his Nitya Swarupa. Every guru, sadhu, they have Nitya Swarupa. They are meditating on that. Eternally they are serving. Big topic. So, nutshell, a madhyama adhikari can be a guru. Of course, he is also a sadhu, but not the highest sadhu. because he is also still mingling with the society and trying to help the people. That's why he comes down. Okay, so it's all Krishna's instruction that they are coming as gurus. They are Madhyama Adhikari. A Kanishta Adhikari can never be a guru. It's not possible. They are weak. In fact, Kanishta Adhikari can really have so much enthusiasm, blah blah. Oh, do this, and finally they will fall down. By some wrong thing, and then they will fall down. That's Kanishta Adhikari. So did that answer the question? So a guru normally is a Madhyama Adhikari, and even if the Uttama Adhikari has to come down as a Madhyama Adhikari to become a guru for really taking the people. So highest the sadhus are Goswamis and all our parampara. Okay, so I have taken 4 minutes extra. Thank you for asking the question. Wonderful question. Please. Yes. So I'm going to open that up and then please enter your questions also. And after the classes, I used to take a question and answer session. I'll take your question and answer. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Vanja kalpa tarvyacha, kripa sindhubhyevacha, patitanam bhavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namaha. Hare Krishna.